There I was, sick, perishing in bed, just like that character I played in Blade Runner a couple years ago. And to my absolute horror, the demo for the last Defense Academy dropped. I guess I'll have to give in to my masculine urge to bleed out another time. The 100-line Last Defense Academy is a visual novel strategy RPG from 2Kyo Games. In the game, you play as Takumi, an average dude with a nice not-girlfriend who he spends his ordinary days with in the Tokyo residential complex. That is until mysterious creatures attack the domed city and put his would-be girlfriend Karua in danger. The only way to save her is to trust this suspiciously familiar mascot by plunging a blade into his heart. This awakens his Himo Anima powers, which allow him to slay the foul beast and save Karua. The reunion is short-lived, however, because he's soon thrown through a wormhole and wakes up in a classroom where he learns he's been forcefully drafted into the Last Defense Academy, where he will spend the next 100 days putting his life on the line in order to save humanity from the very same monsters who ruined his very ordinary life. The intro to this game has a surprising amount of cinematics and takes a while to get to the actual gameplay. Luckily for us, the presentation is pretty excellent with great character designs and well-directed cutscenes. The story itself is pretty engaging right off the bat too. The titular academy is surrounded by a ring of fire that never goes out, and the reason the monsters are invading is to get a certain object hidden in the school, which apparently, if they succeed, would spell doom for mankind. On top of that, the mysterious Himo Anima can not only give its users special powers to fight, but also revives them. I'm sure as this game proceeds, we'll uncover this strange world's mysteries and discover new ones too. Once the game gets going, much of the dialogue plays out in a visual novel style where you interact with the world and characters. Characters are pretty quirky and lovable, minus the incest twin, Ima. My favorite character in the demo was Takemaru. He's a delinquent musclehead who doesn't take part in any delinquent activities at all, actually. Instead, he actively advises you not to break the rules or else he'll give you a swift punch to the gut. My other favorite was Eito, because he basically thinks he's the main character of a danganronpa game. Once all the chatter stops and the monsters come out to fight, the game really starts to shine. Battles play out on a grid, where you move your units around to attack or defend. Each round you get a certain amount of AP for characters to use. Every character has unique skills to attack the enemy and aid the party, while also having unique passives which can alter their skills or buff them. For example, for every enemy Hiruko defeats, she gains +1 attack, and for every space Takemaru moves on the battlefield, he gains +1 armor. As you slay monsters, your voltage meter will build, and once it's full, you can unleash a special attack, which has a wide range and deals lots of damage. Special attacks also don't consume AP. Because of this though, the user is left stunned until the end of the next round. You have to mind your positioning so you don't get swarmed by the leftover enemies. If you feel the voltage meter past 100%, you can use the extra percentage to boost your party members' attack or keep them from getting fatigued in battle. If you're ever in a bind and low on health, units can use a powerful last resort attack at the cost of their lives, though they will be revived for the next wave. In fact, death is rewarded in this game's combat. If a unit dies, your voltage meter surges to 100%, and your voltage gain rate is increased for the duration of battle. Not only that, but allied deaths are labeled as nice kills, and will boost any rewards you get from battle. Don't get too death happy though. After an enemy defeats one of your units, it can transform and get stronger. Defeating it will net you a large amount of voltage though, so you have to be strategic about who dies and how often. The gameplay keeps things simple, but the speed at which battles play out and the excellent animations made me want to keep the bloodshed flowing. I never got tired of fighting in this game, which is good because there are plenty of opportunities to do so. Between major story beats, you get free time. In the morning and afternoon, you can participate in a variety of activities to progress your days. You can spend time with your team members doing random things like meditating or chatting to increase your school grades, which I assume are like social stats. It's unclear what exactly these do for you though. I assume they'll play into different decisions you make that can affect your ending later. Aside from that, you can hit up the training room and take on VR battles and level up your class weapons. Which, by the way, this game doesn't have a very traditional character progression system. Your characters don't level up and there's no gear to obtain. Instead, when you finish a battle, you're awarded BP. BP alongside other materials are used to level up your class weapons. Doing so will strengthen your combat skills. Those other materials can be obtained by exploring the outside world, which is another free time activity you can participate in. Exploring puts you on a board game. You can choose between two cards that determine how many spaces you move along the board. Spaces on the board can lead to different things like battles or events that will give you more or less materials depending on how you handle the situation. For example, you could walk into a dilapidated house and hear a spooky sound. Do you investigate the sound or run like hell to get out of there? If you run, you'll get nothing. but you'll leave unscathed. If you investigate, you risk getting into a fight, but you get a big reward. So, explore the board, collect as many materials as possible, then get out of dodge before your party takes too much damage. The board game was good fun, and could have some legs with added complexity in the full game. When you land in an event space, you never know what's going to happen, so I tried being as careful as possible when choosing what to do. I really enjoyed my time with the 100 line. The story is a bit self-indulgent in the beginning, but it starts to really pick up and ends on a pretty gnarly cliffhanger, and I couldn't get enough of the combat. I can't wait to see what happens next in the full game, and hopefully get the best ending possible, because 100 endings is a lot. Anyway, what did you think? Let me know down in the comments, and subscribe for more. Until next time, sleep tight, everybody. I know I will.